12 News, Osseo officials investigate the cause of an early morning fire. Then, a year-round hub for skiing, biking, and hiking gets approval for Wirth Park in Golden Valley. But first,
it's going to be a whirlwind. It absolutely will be.
Big back-to-school changes in the Osseo School District as the high schools expand to make room for freshmen. 12 News starts right now. The addition of all-day kindergarten last year means some big changes this year in the Osseo School District.
Building expansions and renovations are one change. Different grade spans at each school are another. At Osseo area high schools, 9th grade will now be a part of the high school rather than middle school.
There's changes abound from teachers to students.
At Osseo High School,
Getting close, getting close.
new principal Michael Lehan knows there will be adjustments for both students and teachers.
We take pride in who we are. What we're really investing is Osseo excellence.
Come September 9th.
Very excited, very excited. It's going to be a whirlwind. It absolutely will be. This is going to house some of our math wing.
The construction work on a 2-story addition and 6 new classrooms will accommodate about 500 additional students as 9th grade moves into the high school.
This was an opportunity to add on to our 3 high schools, move 9th grade to the high schools, so we have a high school under one roof.
This used to be the cafeteria. Now what we did is we added some extra lockers here, just obviously to accommodate the additional students.
At all 3 Osseo District high schools, the addition of 9th grade.
Soon enough, this is going to be a completed space where some of our staff members are going to be able to support our students' needs.
Means the total school enrollment will range from around 1,900 students at Osseo and Park Center to 2,200 students at Maple Grove.
There is some finishing work that's going on right now as we speak. In fact, our contractors are even working weekends to make sure that we get everything ready.
As construction work wraps up for the start of school, half of the student body, freshmen and sophomores, will be brand new to high school.
I mean, I'm new to it. I'm new to Osseo, but I like it. It's good. Better for the school, better for the 9th graders.
New principal Michael Lehan knows there will be adjustments for both students and teachers come September 9th.
We're going to make the best out of it, and it's going to be a tremendous year.
The move of 9th graders to the high school means that Osseo area middle schools will now be grades 6th through 8th. It is a question facing many school districts. What do you do about students who don't pay for their school lunch, but they don't qualify for a free lunch?
The Hennepin School District next week will take up that touchy subject. Nobody's thinking about denying food to students who don't pay, but district officials say there is a growing debt. In the Hennepin District, 380 students owe $250 or more. That's only 1% of the student population, but some of them owe thousands. In the past 3 years, the numbers have climbed to a debt of $160,000. Right now, families get phone calls and letters when a student's account goes negative, but administrators say current collection practices are not working.
A program dedicated to serving college students who are either first generation, low income, or disabled received some welcome news this week. The U.S. Department of Education awarded North Hennepin Community College's TRIO program with nearly $3 million. One grant will help the college serve 230 students with academic advising and professional tutoring. Another will serve an additional 120 students enrolled in majors related to science, technology, engineering, math, and health.
We always have a huge waiting list, and now we're going to be able to provide services for more students. So that is huge.
Funding for both of the grants continues through 2020.
An investigation is underway into the cause of a small fire at an Osseo apartment complex early this morning. Firefighters were called to the Countryside Estates at around 6:30. Investigators say the fire was confined to the front entryway and nobody was injured. Osseo Police Chief Shane Michelson says they haven't ruled out arson, but it's still too early to tell the exact cause of the fire.
Brooklyn Park is facing a big bill for street repairs, and on Monday the City Council will discuss one proposal for paying for it. Engineers estimate the repair cost at $35 million over a 14-year period. Part of the problem is premature deterioration on some streets. The question is how to pay for it in the least painful way. One proposal is to add a franchise fee on gas and electric bills. That would be a small amount that homeowners and businesses would pay every month rather than a large large amount when their street is rebuilt. The fee is up for discussion only. No decision is expected. Golden Valley's Theodore Wirth Park will have a new look soon.
The Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board has signed off on some improvements, and we get more on that from Eric Nelson.
The winds of change are blowing at Wirth Park.
We're going to have a great product going forward.
Next spring, construction starts on a new adventure and welcome center, and the golf course will be tweaked. The building's tab will be $3.45 million, and it's going to be paid for by the Lopet Foundation.
They've done an incredible job raising funds, donations, and whatnot to fund this building.
Where I'm standing now is the green on the 17th hole. Eventually it will disappear, being replaced by the new Welcome Center. The 14,000 square foot one-story facility will cater to bikers, joggers, cross-country skiers, snowboarders, snowshoers, and golfers.
It's a great opportunity.
Wirth Park is an oasis of green, a 759-acre footprint smack dab in the middle of the sprawling Twin Cities.
I'm a writer, so I come out here every day and yeah, I love it.
2016 is the park's centennial year, and the improvements are good news for park goers.
Yeah, I am excited to hear the news. I'm glad that somebody's looking at it. Yeah, I think our part of town sometimes seems a little bit forgotten, and it's such a beautiful stretch of land. I'm glad somebody's thinking about keeping it up.
There will also be some tinkering with the golf course.
We're redoing 17 and 18.
A few holes on the back nine will get a mini makeover.
The quality's good, and they do a good job with it. It's obviously exciting. Look forward to it. I would come probably times.
In Golden Valley, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
Well, coming up, it's called The Art of 8 Limbs. We'll show you how a local athlete is going for gold.
And in sports, after a trip to the state semifinals last season, the Maple Grove football team is looking strong again.
But first, a check of your AccuWeather forecast.
A Brooklyn Park man already has a wall of trophies as a Muay Thai combat fighter. As
Sonia Goins reports, Troy Jones traveled to Thailand to try for another trophy that would top them all.
The Academy in Brooklyn Center is busy with athletes training in martial arts and in the combat sport of Muay Thai.
Muay Thai is usually referred to as like the art of 8 limbs.
While athletes spar in the gym, they're also thinking about one of their own. Troy Jones.
It's really cool that he's representing the USA and our gym.
Troy's in Thailand participating in the International Federation of Muay Thai Royal World Cup. It's like the Olympics of Muay Thai.
He's like totally committed, and he's humble, which is the really difficult thing to get when you're a coach.
Go, Troy, come on!
We talked with Troy Jones via FaceTime about his competition.
It's gratifying and very, very exciting to know that I put my mind towards something and I'm here.
He's a force to be reckoned with. Troy has only been in the sports for a little over 2 years, but he's undefeated, 14 fights and 5 knockouts.
I feel if I give it my all and do whatever I can to get that it's possible.
This is 2014 and 2015.
Troy holds 2 national title belts, 2 North American title belts, and 1 Extreme Striking Promotion title belt. He goes by the name Troy, a.k.a. Trouble Jones.
He decided that he was going to be trouble for anybody that walked into the ring with him, which has proven to be true.
Most of this is from Park Center.
Before becoming a Muay Thai fighter, Jones played football for the Park Center Pirates.
A free safety, and we have all kind of little trinkets in here.
Cherise Turner has a box full of her son's awards.
This is his senior year.
She's his biggest fan.
Whenever I see him fight, I'm always doing this, and oh my God, and my baby. He's still my baby.
Troy says he's humbled and honored to represent Brooklyn Park and the United States in a sport he loves.
I want to allow people to see that, like especially people from where I'm from, that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to through hard work.
In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Troy's fight time is at 3 a.m. Saturday, our time. So good luck, Troy. Go get him. Coming up, royalty visiting the Northwest Metro.
But first in sports, we'll preview the Osseo football team as they get set to face Maple Grove. Jay Wilcox has that and more when we come back.
There are no exhibition games in high school football, and perhaps the best rivalry in the area will be rekindled Saturday as Osseo hosts Maple Grove. It's an unusual start to the season on a Saturday afternoon, and they're taking advantage in Osseo.
Yeah, between the city, the school, and the football boosters have played a real big key part in this football day in Osseo. We're starting with a pancake breakfast at 8 in the morning. It's a free pancake breakfast for donations only. At 10:30, we're going to have a parade starting at Beer Bomb Park in Osseo and kind of looping around the city back to the high school, leading up to the game at 2 p.m.
Quan says that although future seasons may not begin with Saturday games, football day in Osseo is something they would like to continue. And Osseo has become a consistent winner in the past several seasons. Here's a look at the Orioles in part one of our training camp report for today. It's typical for seniors to shoulder the load at Osseo and many good programs, but a lot of juniors and sophomores played last fall for the Orioles, so they have some experience this season.
You know, we have 8 returners, which has never happened. I've never had more than 3 returners, or 4 possibly. Well, 3 I think in my whole 11-year career. So it's really great to have some of those guys back with some leadership and know the system and what we're trying to do.
It's a tough test right out of the gate for Osseo on Saturday as they face arch rival Maple Grove. It's a big game, but not season-defining.
I mean, it's going to be hard for both teams to prepare in time, I think, but I think it's a good way to start off the year, you know, start off with, one of the harder teams we're going to play, and I think it'll be a good way to start off the season.
You know, that's not our goal. Maple Grove's not our goal. Our goal is, to hopefully, finish the top of our sub-district and get a great seed and hopefully go to the state tournament and do something well in the state tournament this year. You know, obviously everybody's goal is to win the state tournament, but we'd like to get to that prep bowl and get to TCF Bank. So those are our big goals. Obviously, we're excited to play them. It'll be a lot of fun, but our end goals are what are most important to us.
The Orioles have some great playmakers back, led by 1,200-yard rusher Prince Krua, safety and wide receiver DeMario Armstrong, linebacker and tight end Cordell Russell, and quarterback Malik Gaylord. Offensive and defensive lineman Nash Jensen is getting some Division I looks. Running back Tayshawn Kelly is back after a knee injury last fall. There is some versatility offensively, too.
We have a lot of athletes everywhere, and we have a lot of athletes that could play wide out, slot, tight end, running back, fullback, so we're going to be switching a lot of people around, give a different look every play.
This has the makings of a very good team for Osseo. We'll know more after Saturday. The Orioles were 6-4 last fall. Darren Lampker begins his 11th season with a record of 64-36. 5 starters return on offense and 3 on defense. And speaking of Maple Grove, they should field another strong football team this fall. Here's John Jacobson with a training camp report on the Crimson.
They've become one of the elite football programs in Minnesota. The Maple Grove Crimson are coming off back-to-back 10-win seasons. In 2014, the Crimson reached the state Class 6A semifinals, which does bring some carryover to this year.
A lot of guys are getting more experience, they're getting more playing time, just getting more reps against better teams. So I feel like that's huge for not only the juniors who didn't play last year, but incoming guys, because they can kind of watch that. So I feel like it's really good.
Heavy graduation losses means Maple Grove's defense will need to be rebuilt, though they still figure to be one of the best around. On offense, the Crimson possess some real playmakers. Junior Brad Davison is back at quarterback. Will Rule at tight end. And look for a lot of touches for senior Isaac Collins. He'll be on the field as a running back, kick returner, and free safety. Other key starters include offensive and defensive lineman Coyote Awashika and Lucas Burrington at defensive back.
Defensively, we'll be good, and offensively, we'll be very good. We have a quarterback coming back, running backs coming back, 3 good offensive linemen. If everything shapes out, we can definitely be up there in the last couple weeks of the year with all the good teams.
The first game is Saturday at Osseo, a huge rivalry for both teams. But coming in week 1 doesn't really give the Crimson more motivation.
There's just an excitement. You're getting into the season and you put a lot of work into it, and it's here. And so having Osseo is kind of icing on the cake, but I think you're pretty fired up for week 1 no matter who you're playing.
We want to be 1-0. Happens to be Osseo, and happens that we know almost all their players. We're good friends with some of them. So it's a little bit different, but our goal is just to be go 1-0 the first week. That's all we care about right now.
A deep playoff run is possible again for Maple Grove. First, they need to tackle a tough regular season schedule. John Jacobson, 12 Sports.
Maple Grove did finish 10-2 last year, with one of those losses coming to Osseo. Matt Lombardi enters his 5th season as the team's head coach with a total of 9 starters back. Kickoff is at 2 o'clock Saturday in a game you can see live here on Channel 12 and 12.tv. One more quick football note. Cooper and Brooklyn Center among the teams moving their games up to the afternoon Saturday because of expected storms.
Big weekend ahead.
That's right.
Thanks a lot, Jay. Still ahead, the flight of the monarch butterfly.
How you can get a close-up look when we come back.
We have royalty visiting our area this weekend.
Could say that. Neil Persley tells us how you can catch a glimpse in today's Weekend Showcase.
This weekend you have the opportunity to get out and learn more about a real monarch. No, not that kind of monarch, this kind of monarch.
What we're going to be offering to people is a chance to come and learn a little bit about the life cycle of monarch butterflies, and also learn and see how we tag the monarch butterflies. Tag the monarch butterflies.
How do you tag a butterfly?
Very carefully. Actually, we have a little tiny sticky tag, and all we need to do is put that little tag actually on the outside part of the butterfly's wing. And so it doesn't hinder them in their flying. It's fairly lightweight, and it's actually fairly easy to attach.
The Nature Center assists in the tagging research through the University of Kansas. You can learn about the monarch's life cycle and see caterpillars, chrysalis, and freshly emerged monarchs in the Nature Center.
People will have a chance to learn what types of plants are beneficial for monarchs, for both the caterpillars and the adults.
Did you know the milkweed plant is the only plant on which the monarch will lay its eggs, and the only plant which the monarch caterpillars will eat?
The kids will have a chance to make what we call a milkweed mud ball, which is taking some milkweed seeds and packing them in a little bit of soil and creating something they can take home and plant in their garden.
The monarchs that you see emerging now won't hang around. They'll be turning into snowbirds, traveling all the way down to Mexico for the winter.
It's one of the few insects that travel as far. There's no other insect that makes that 2,000-mile journey.
So come on out to Eastman Nature Center this Saturday and say bon voyage to some monarch butterflies before they hit the skies in their run for the border. For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
All right, thanks so much, Neil. The Monarch Tagging event at Eastman Nature Center is from 1 to 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and that's rain or shine, although it didn't look like the weather is going to come in until later, so it should be all right. And just real quickly, again, tomorrow, big game in Osseo.
Maple Grove and Osseo, 2 o'clock right here on Channel 12, and a parade leading up to the game downtown Osseo, too.
All right. Thanks
Very
a lot.
exciting. Thank you, Jay. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
Have a great weekend. Community Corner is coming up next.